Okay, yeah. All right. Before I go into this crazy title, let me just start by painting a picture for you, right? We all love dining at fancy restaurants, yes? But what if I told you when you're just about to go to this restaurant, the road to the restaurant is broken? Okay, how are you going to get there? Maybe we have two options. Option one, just go to a different restaurant. Maybe the quality of food is not so great, but at least you're not starving, right? Option two, on the other hand, is sit down, pull out your phone, Google Maps. Is there a different road that I can take to this restaurant, right? This is your second option. Now, what if I told you cancer, just like us, loves dining at fancy restaurants? Sounds a bit ridiculous, but let me try and explain. Typically in cancer, what happens is you have a driver which sends its signal to an effector, which then carries out the information from this signal, right? Carries out the action. And for the information to go, there is obviously a road from the driver to the effector made up of many other smaller factors, which are not important for now. In essence, what I've just told you is very similar to the analogy I gave you earlier. So earlier you were going to a fancy restaurant. Here the driver is sending in information to this effector, right? And there is a path. The question I'm asking in my PhD is, what does cancer do when you tell cancer, hey, the road from your driver to the effector is shut down? This is essentially our therapies that we're putting through, right? What does cancer say? Am I just going to go to this option one, which is a different effector? Maybe not the same power like you had from the first effector, but at least the job is done, right? Or does it say, hold on a second, let me pull out Google Maps, and we go to the same effector, but through a different route? Now, over the last 10 to 15 years, scientists have been studying this phenomenon called plasticity. Some of you may have even heard of it. Now, plasticity is essentially cancer saying, I will just go to a different restaurant. At least just get this job done as fast as possible, but I don't have to worry about this broken road and all this. But there are some cancers, like pancreatic cancer, as you see in my title. There are these cancers that are just, very strong and powerful. They evade therapies. They evade immune responses. And how is it doing it? And this is where we started asking the question that if it's going to this other effector, does it really have the same power that it wanted? And so this is where the question comes up, and we want to study this different phenomenon, which is known as robustness, which is the possibility to pull out your phone, look at Google Maps, and say, can I find a different route to go to the first effector that I was going to, which is much stronger? And the objective of the PhD is really to understand and decrypt the mechanisms and the reactions and the questions and the chemical cues that are involved in cancer actually choosing to go through a robustness pathway or a plastic pathway, right? And to be honest, I cannot actually tell you whether cancer does one or the other or when it does it. And this is really what I'm trying to understand better now. And hopefully by understanding this better, we get a much more holistic pictures about the decisions that cancer is making, about how cancer is choosing one or the other, or how it's evading our therapies. And hopefully in the future, using this, we can come up with better therapies to target these evasive tumors, and especially pancreatic cancer and metastases. Thank you.